Happy Halloween, my friends, and we get to talk about the most terrifying thing of all, opinions! Oh my god!
You better get back!
Just who the hell do you think I am?
So happy Halloween, everyone. It's a wonderful time of spooks and scares, and I'm going to be looking at something truly terrifying, video game adaptations. Of course, they've had a very rocky history in the past, with some subpar adaptations and some that are just vomit-inducing. But last year, we ended up receiving a Netflix animated series of Castlevania, which only debuted with 4 episodes, and this year we got a second season with 8 episodes. And I actually did not end up seeing Castlevania when it initially came out, and I only ended up seeing it recently. What did I think about it? Can we get some confetti going up here? Because we finally got a good fucking video game adaptation. God damn it. This is well deserved. This is well earned. And finally, after years of waiting. I mean, Kirby Right Back At You came out years before, but this counts too. Why is it good? Well, that's what this video is for. At least, it's what I think this video is for. So let's go ahead and dive into Castlevania. As the story goes, Dracula falls in love with a human woman and taught her to use higher quality medicine to go and help people. But she was accused of witchcraft because, of course, the church sucks, and then burned her at the stake. In a rage, Dracula gave the human race 1 year to prepare themselves as he made an army and then unleashed all the terrors of the night on humanity with the intent of making them all extinct. Trevor, the last remaining member of the Belmonts, who were once famous and renowned monster hunters, as well as a speaker mage named Cyphra, and the son of Dracula himself, Alucard, unite in order to stop the vampire menace and hopefully save the human race from being wiped out. Now, of course, it's a video game adaptation, so I wasn't really expecting a huge, super amazing, super detailed, fantastic, wonderful story. I mean, video games aren't exactly known for stories. It's usually more of a side thing. If a video game has a great story, that's awesome. If it doesn't always matter that much. We don't expect amazing stories from Mario, let's be honest. But I actually do find this to be pretty interesting. It is a really great setup. It really helps to create this idea of diving into the main characters as well as the villain character and other characters as well, and shows just what's going on in their head and how they differentiate in certain ways, but in other ways they actually are a little more similar than they would think. And not to mention, this is also how you do a series dark correctly. The subject matter is, of course, pretty damn grim. It's the extinction of the human race because of broken love, because someone got wrongfully burned at the stake, which is already pretty fucked up, especially by modern standards. But it doesn't exactly go overboard with its darkness. See, there are certain series out there that I say are dark, but not in a way that they should be. In order for something to be effective, there needs to be a balance. There's an anime out there called Evangelion, which is pretty renowned as a popular anime, but I was a bit turned off to it because I felt that there were too many dark moments and not enough high points. That made it just didn't feel that fun. With Castlevania, there's a lot of death, there's a lot of gore, there's a lot of blood, there's a lot of really fucking low moments, but it feels balanced because there's also a lot of really great high moments and a lot of really fun character moments. Because of that, when we get to those dark, scary moments, they feel more earned, and they're not just run-of-the-mill. And when we get to those high moments, they feel earned too. They feel fun. They put a smile on your face. At least they put a smile on my face. And because of that, the story and the way it's told feels a lot more balanced, a lot more entertaining, and a lot more fun. All the moments are just all the more effective because it's balanced out. For the characters, they are just, mwah, they're fantastic. I love them. The main trio is extremely likable, and they bounce off each other really well with wonderful banter, jokes, and genuine heartfelt moments. Trevor is a very fun main character, not really a traditional hero though. Since the Beaumonts have kind of lost their luster and been like expelled from society, He's kind of a wash, drunk. He needs to step back into the world of being a true monster hunter, a true hero. He's pretty mouthy, he's snarky, but he's also still really skilled. He can back up his mouth. He's a bit selfish, but he's also still willing to help people. Cypher's also very fun too. She seems to be kind of a middle ground between both Trevor and Alucard. She kind of keeps the peace. She thinks ahead, but she's willing to call both the others out on their faults. She's also a goddamn badass. This is how you write a strong female character, folks. Alucard is definitely more earnest and straightforward than the other two. He doesn't really seem to beat around the bush. He's also pretty serious and focused, but he can get caught up in the human side of himself because, well, he's half human, half vampire. All three of them are just tons of fun to watch throughout the entire thing. The villains are also pretty fantastic too. It's been a while since I felt truly sorry for a main villain, and even though he's done some very terrible things, the show really displays how Dracula is kind of a broken man from his loss. He started out hungry for death, wanting all the juicy, gory details. He wanted humanity to suffer. But as time has gone on, he's slowly lost that spark as reality has set in. And in the end, his true motivations become clear. All he wants is for it to be done and for the world to be quiet. Even as a broken man, he's not without his terrifying moments, as it still shows he's a brutal and menacing force that is not to be reckoned with. But he's definitely a very human villain, even if he isn't human at all. Season 2 also introduces a bunch of new vampires and 2 humans to ally themselves with Dracula as Forge Masters and help bring people back to life to join his army. And it shows how all of these characters are very different and still very interesting. Their motivations and histories all clash, showing that not everyone is free from what they consider human corruption. Some of the villain characters I like more than the other ones. I really liked Isaac. I thought he was very intriguing and entertaining character. Some of them were funny at first, but kind of got old after a while, like Godbrand, but I still found all of them to be pretty interesting. The animation is also top fucking notch. The characters are very expressive and lively, making even small little comedic moments feel very well animated. The action is also fluid and gorgeous, complemented with a great visual standard and vibrant, ever-changing locations with well-drawn backgrounds. The action scenes themselves are also really great, having a good mix of magic, swordplay, and fast-paced monster battles. It's all extravagant and wonderful for the eyes. These action scenes are also pretty well dispersed throughout, as they're not really too often or too little. They're just the right amount that make it feel, well, fucking awesome. Although, honestly, my favorite part of the show is probably the writing, which also goes into the characters, of course. Every line of dialogue is either well characterized, hilarious, or really thought-provoking. Not in a kind of preachy way, but in a genuine kind of way. It all feels natural, and the world is well built over time, allowing the audience to slowly come into understanding of the environment that our characters live in. Overall, it may have taken a while for this to happen, but we finally got a truly great video game adaptation. This has definitely become one of my new favorite shows, and I really can't wait to see where this takes video game adaptations for the future, and I also can't wait to see where the next seasons go, because Season 2 is not the last one. There's going to be plenty more, and this guy is very excited. You should check out Castlevania on Netflix. It is definitely worth a watch, with amazing characters, wonderful animation, a very nice setup, a balanced, grim story, and a lot of fun. Don't take the kids, though. That's a bad idea. The kids, leave the kids in their room. Watch this with the adults, because it's a lot of blood. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead and make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out my videos. Also make sure to check my supporters, all that great stuff, and I will see you guys next time. Have a happy Halloween, everyone.